All right, so we have Jaiden Sabino here, and he is class of 2026. He played for Woodbridge High School, and he was the co-MVP of the Pacific Coast League. I've been working with Jaiden for 3 years, so from his sophomore season to his senior season, we were hitting the off-season weights together. He was with us when we were over at Elevate, and then he came with us over to our CCP HQ shop. And Jaiden's got an incredible story, which we're going to detail today. And we developed quite the relationship over the 3 years, and one of my favorite people in the world, one of the best athletes I got to work with. And so I'm excited that you returned today as an alumni officially now, and we get to sit down and recap our time together here. So welcome back,
sir.
Jay.
Thank you.
How you been, man?
I'm going to IVC next year, so I've been working out with the team and doing practices. It's been super hard, actually. So it's finally like I was at the top, and now you start back at the bottom, and just gotta fall back in love with the grind. You know, put hard work in, and I know the work that I put in before for high school. Like now, I just gotta ramp it up even more to stand out at the next level. So that's what I'm focusing on right now, and it's been going good for sure.
I love it. Yeah, it is the next level. The JC circuit's no joke, man. I played the JC circuit at Orange Coast College, and they always had those D1 bounce backs, and you got some good ballers out there. And people are hungry to get that next level, and it's different in this day and age too because of the impact of NIL. And the eligibility rules now. You guys, this is the pathway for most of you guys. A lot of you guys don't get recruited like you used to back in the day.
100%.
So you're going to get a lot of competitive players at this JC level fighting for time. And you're going to IVC next year?
Yeah.
And what's that experience been like for you so far?
It's been good. The coaches have been tough, been pushing everyone like to go harder, and there's people above me that are playing over me, so it's good competition that every day I'm going out and just battling, and it's good not being just like the best person there. Like I'm learning every day, and that's something that is super important to me.
And what's been the biggest difference that you've seen so far being out there? Physical, skill, what's that difference?
Yeah, for sure physical. I think it's more just weight room, and everything is a lot faster and a lot more precise. Like I'm not getting a shot up in time because people just are more athletic and can rotate faster, and everything is just happening quicker, faster, stronger. Like everything is just better at the next level. So I think it's gonna get some time to adjust to, but I think my hard work is gonna show that I can hang for sure.
Well, we see you putting in that work. Obviously, you work with Coach Juice, Bruce Bay.
Yeah.
And you guys do some really good work for the past, I don't know, a couple of years. Have you guys been working together, something like that? But you guys are right back at it, putting in the grind.
Yes, sir.
Getting the skills work in, getting the conditioning work in, trying to get to that next echelon, right? Yeah. So, but you're right, man. When I remember being shell-shocked when I got over to Coast, just the speed of the game. And everybody's talented. Even people think JC back then was it's just JC ball. I'm like, dude, these were the stars of their teams in high school. I was a 3-year letterman, and I was riding the pine. Exactly. So there's some good players out there. It's going to be fun for you. I'm excited that you're staying local for this next season so we can come see you play again.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll definitely be out there. But let's dive into kind of where you started with us. You started with us when you were a sophomore in high school with your predecessors, JC, Brian, Steven, and those guys. And they really kind of set the tone. And you came in at a younger guy and hung with them, and it was awesome to see because you carried that torch when they graduated. And you grew a lot over the 3 years. And I'm not talking about physically, but just from a maturation standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, you really grew a lot from your sophomore season to your senior season. But let's dive into your experience working with us from sophomore to senior season. How did this help your game? Being a part of a lifting program, what did it do impact-wise for you on the court?
It for sure elevated my game, getting bigger, being able to, I was practicing with, JC, Steven every single day at practice. They're pushing me to get better, and being able to lift, and for sure, seeing them lift and seeing how hard they went, for sure, sparked a fire in me to go do the exact same thing. And they how hard they went in the weight room was just how hard they went in practice, and that for sure set the tone. Made me want to get up every morning and do the same thing every single day, And just so I could, try to compete with them. And I would fall short every single time, but it was just about them being able to push me to like reach my fullest potential, you know?
Well, it's crazy because you had the MVP of the Pacific Coast League that year, JC, on the team, right? So you had the senior, he was the MVP of the league, he was the player, and the other guys were big contributors as well, first team all-league. So you guys had some talent that year too. You guys went to, I think, the semifinals of CIF. You guys won league, and then you guys went on to the state playoffs. But you as a sophomore were a starter yourself and a first team all-league player. So you definitely found your role in there. 100%. And got a chance to shine as a sophomore with that talent up there.
I mean, that year of being in the weight room before the season for sure like helped me prepare from the jump of like freshman year where I was like barely getting any minutes and like just like playing my role to like playing the entire game and like being a major like contributor to like those major wins that we had. So it for sure helped a lot. Like sophomore playing against varsity or like senior guys that have been through the program for 4 years, bigger and stronger, helped me to, you know, not get bumped off my line so much and not get punked as much. So it for sure helped me going like into that. Instead of averaging like 2 points or whatever my freshman year, I was averaging like 12 or 13.
You said something interesting. You said not get punked, right?
Yeah.
Because we talk about this in the training room all the time is, you know, this helps, these exercises help with this helps with this. And we always talk about not getting bumped off your lanes and your lines, right? And that's what strength can do for you. But you said not get punked. And I think that's what gets kind of forgotten about sometimes, how the weight room can contribute to the basketball performance and the collective of the team is an attitude, right? Because in here is gritty, and let's be honest, most of you guys don't want to be in here, right? We know it's good for us, and we know what it does for us on the court, but most of you guys want to spend your time on the court, not in here. But it develops a bit of an attitude, right? Do you feel that way as well? Do you feel that kind of contributed to some of the mindset, that dogness kind of in you a little bit?
Like mentality-wise, like if I know the person in front of me, like if I know I'm putting in more work than them, like I'm gonna have that confidence on my shoulder. You know, I'm gonna like bring it to them. You know, it was all about like that work that I put in the weight room. I was able to bring that onto the court and be like, I'm stronger. I'm better. Like I'm gonna bring it to you, no matter like even though you're older than me or whatever, that you're supposed to be better than me. It's like I have that edge on myself.
Now, you know, it's funny because people talk about, and I think Steph Curry really debunked this for the general public, is lifting weights is going to mess up my shot. Now, you have a smooth shot. You're known for having a really smooth shot on the court. You got handles, you got a shot. Do you feel that lifting weights and getting stronger screwed up your shot at all, or did it have any impact at all?
Not at all. I mean, if anything, I think it helped me be able to extend even further out, get my shot off even quicker and farther out. And if anything, it toned my body out and made me stronger enough to withstand the pressure that some of these guards would, you know, they would put like longer, more athletic guys on me to, you know, mess up my rhythm. But yeah, I think it prepared me for those times.
Yeah. Well, let's flash forward to your senior season. Before your senior season, when you finished your junior season, and we set our off-season goals for the weight room and what you wanted to achieve, not just in the weight room, but your senior season on the court, you know, league titles, accolades. We sat down and had that conversation. It's one moment I remember forever because of how the season worked out for you. We have a really interesting process of how you achieve certain things that season. What were your goals, if you remember from that meeting? You expressed to me that you wanted out of your senior season.
I remember for sure saying I wanted league MVP and knowing that was super achievable, and just being able to, I think I said just like being able to be a leader for my team for sure. And you know, with like Jason and like everyone from my sophomore year, that they had all moved on, like it was really just me.
Yeah.
So I needed to like take over more of the leadership role and like carry the team and, you know, give the knowledge and information that I've gained to pass the torch on, just like keep doing that.
Yeah, you know, you actually brought in the second wave of Woodbridge players.
Yeah.
Which you brought in Kish, right? And Zach.
Yeah.
And a couple of the guys.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that was part of the leadership, right? They saw your influence spark them to get in here a little bit too. And that does rub off on players, right?
Yeah.
They see the work being done, and that motivates other players because there's many different types of leadership, and example is obviously one of them. And so that was cool that they wanted to get out here as well and get some of that in. I think that really helps the team chemistry as you guys are building that on the court, is when you do off-court stuff together like this too.
Yeah.
But we sat down, and I don't know if you remember during that goal setting what I said to you. I told you that your sophomore season and junior season, you worked really hard with us. You did a great job, but you needed to get to another level as you were going into your senior season, because you expressed you wanted to have that season like JC had. And the season specifically that JC had was he won a league title.
Yeah.
He was the league MVP. He made the Orange County All-Star game. Well, that's pretty high accolades right there, right? The trifecta.
For sure.
And you had the potential to do it. We actually expected you to do that. It wasn't even potential. Like, that was the expectations for you. Everybody knew that was coming.
Yeah.
But you still had to go take it.
Yeah, for sure.
And I told you that look at the work that JC put in. Like, he had another level of commitment to his off-season weights, his off-season training, his protocols. The dude was fully committed. So if you want those things, as good as you've done, you have to go to another step.
Yeah.
And what I loved is you nodded and you said, yeah, let's do it. And you didn't just talk the talk, but you actually walked the walk the whole year, right? And it wasn't for a week, it wasn't for a month, but you stepped up, and without second notice, you went ahead and did that. You put in a lot of 4-day-a-week training sessions with us, then to 3-day-a-week, and then you got into season, recruited your teammates. I mean, you put in the work, and that's what I remember specifically. But then what happened is you got off to a really hot start to the season. You had a couple high 30 games. I mean, you were balling, your team was winning. You guys were getting, floating that top 10 in the OC rankings.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were turning heads. And then I showed up to your game at Estancia, and I get this tap on my shoulder, and I turn around, and it's you in a sling, in an arm sling. And my heart just sank and dropped, because I know what that looked like and what that meant and all the hard work that you put in, and you were on track, and it was right there for you, and it was just starting league. Tell me what that was.
That was crazy timing for sure. I think it was the second game during the Estancia tournament, so there's like two games like prior to league, and I couldn't even tell you what happened, to be honest. Like, it was at the end of the game. Like, I shouldn't have even been in the game. Like, we had already won, and we were at the free throw line, and my teammate missed a free throw, and I tried to like poke up to like, cause the guy like gets the rebound, so I tried to poke up for a steal, and like all I feel is like just a sharp pain just like shoot through my hand, and I didn't even realize it. I was just like at the other free throw line, cause it was like dead ball possession. And I was just like holding my wrist. I was like, damn, like this feels like I really like messed it up. Like
you knew right away.
Yeah,
huh?
I was like, this feels like different than like just, you know, like a normal bruise or whatever. And then after the game, once like my adrenaline had run off, like my hand was like stuck in like it swelled up for sure, and it was like stuck in like I couldn't really move it. Every time I moved it, it hurt, and I was like, we gotta go to like. Can we go check out my hand? Like, this isn't normal, you know?
So tell them what the official diagnosis was. What happened to your hand?
It was a stress fracture in my third metacarpal, so like right down the middle of my hand. And
so you were really hurt, man. Like, you had a full-on fracture or break in the hand.
So
fortunately, non-shooting hand, but
it
still
was
a
on
fracture
my left
nonetheless.
hand, but still a fracture on my hand.
So this basically put your season in jeopardy.
Yeah, for sure.
We didn't know how long you were going to be out. There was no specific timeline.
When they came back with like my X-rays and like my result, they were like, it's probably going to take 6 to 8 weeks
which was basically the end of the season.
Which was the whole season, the remainder of the season, and like, I could see like my dad just be like, he like dropped his head. I was like, damn, whole season is kind of crazy.
And I felt the same way when I saw that, just because I knew what that meant.
Yeah.
And a sling, a broken hand, you're like, I know it's a non-shooting hand, but we don't have much left in the season. We're just started, we're in league right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're talking about the goals that we had set. I'm looking at the 3 years of work that we put in together, but then for you, it's longer than that.
Yeah.
And we're right there, and it's within the grasp, and this freaking thing happens, man.
No, I know.
So what was next? What happened after that?
What
was your mindset at that point?
Mindset for sure was just my backup point guard, Jahan.
Jahan,
He got he got the start. So it was just like every game I was just trying to be in his ear, preaching to him about, little tricks and tips and all that stuff, anything that could help him out. First game that he started, though, had 29. So
Yeah, he really stepped up.
Yeah.
And I think actually in the long run that helped you guys out.
100%.
Because he had some big moments at that Portola game for the league championship and then beyond that.
I think it really did, like, for the whole team, like, they just needed to, like, have the confidence to be like, we can go out and, like, do it ourselves and, like, play as a team. And so I think that definitely helped them. But my mentality was just trying to be, like, as positive as possible.
Yeah.
Because if I started getting negative about it, like, it was just going to spiral down, So
You have to stay ready too, because we didn't know if you were coming back, but you were trying to get back.
For sure. I didn't want to be out for too long, but when it first happened, I thought I was going to be out for a while for sure. But
then flash forward.
Yeah.
And the team, let's be honest, the team, I think in the long run it was good. Jahan got some extra confidence, got some time with the ball.
Yeah.
And that's going to bode well for you guys later, as we mentioned, and then for him personally into next season as he takes the mantle from you now.
For sure.
And he's going to fill that more kind of focal role. But the team struggled. Like, we didn't get wins. We went 0-5.
Yeah, I think they went 1-5.
1-5? 1-5?
Yeah,
Okay, so
1-5.
1-5, and we were struggling at that point, and we needed you back, man. And so when we got you back, so if we fast forward to that, we got you back, but there were only a few games left in the league. I think like 3.
I think the first game back was Sage. I didn't even know I was going to play that game, but I was just like, we can't lose another game. So we just started taping up my hand. We were putting a piece of, like, padding between, like, my palm and the top of my hand, and then we, like, wrap it up.
Yep.
So, and then
like OG Kobe style back in the day.
And then I had my brace on too, which had, like, kept my hand, like, literally like this. And then he put me in, and I remember I missed, like, my first, like, 3 shots, and I was like, please let me take this off. Like, I promise I could play way better if I just, like, have the brace off. Scoggins, like, over here just being like, dude, like, you can't, like, if it breaks again, like, you're for real not going to be able to play
because we're risking your health at that point, potentially,
exactly.
because it's not fully healed.
And, like, I see my dad in the stands too, like, he's stressing out, and I was just like, they were like, fine, like, one half, like, they let me play 1 half without it. And I think I had, like, 7 points or something, but we ended up, like, scraping by the win for Sage. And then Laguna Beach, I had, like, 23.
Yep, started getting a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah. And then the Northwood game, after that, I had 25. So.
And then came the big Portola game.
Yeah.
And then this is for the league champion. You guys run through the tournament. You face in Portola.
Yeah.
And that's a good team.
They were, like, on a 13-game win streak.
And this was a good team with some good players.
Yeah, no, they hit a lot of big shots for sure. At, like, whole game we were down. So.
And I was at this game, and I'll tell you what, you guys, it was a good first half, and they pulled away in that third quarter, though.
Yeah, no, they went on a crazy run.
It was a little bit of a struggle here and there, but you guys kept hanging tight, and they went up pretty big. I think like 14 or 16, and you think that was towards the end of the third quarter. And in a high school game against a good team like that, who's looking like they've got good rhythm, that's a pretty big gap to try to overcome.
For sure.
And then going into the fourth quarter, you guys were able to get within 10.
Yeah.
But still, within 10 starting the fourth for a high school game is a lot to overcome.
It was down 10, like,
it
was like 4 or 5 minutes left, something like that.
Yep. So 4 or 5 minutes down by 10, and my man Jaiden just gets hot, dude.
Yeah, it was a crazy couple last possessions. I remember, I think we got like a breakout. So like layup. It was like down 8, and then my teammate, like, we got a bad shot, and it just, like, happened to fall to Zach's hands under the rim. So it was like another layup.
Got a little lucky, got to.
So, like, now we're only down 5, and then we ran 2 plays for me, and I just, like, remember, like, looking up at the shot clock, and I was like, if we lose, like, it's just because, like, I missed a shot, you know? So then I came off this, like, down pick from underneath the baseline. I just took one dribble and just, like, completely, like, hucked it up, and just, like, it was actually a prayer. It was actually a prayer.
It was a hell of a shot, man. But that's what great players do. Like, if you're the man on the team, you're supposed to take that shot. That's the mentality you have to have. We're going to live and die with our star player taking that shot.
100%.
And I tell you, I was in the stands at that game. And just being a part of that, It was the most. I think one of the OC kind of pages called it the second best crowd all season he's been to. I mean, the place was
Yeah.
going nuts, and
The
we
crowd
thought the
pop
game
was
was
crazy.
over.
Yeah.
So we're thinking the game's over. You make this comeback, and you hit the 2 back-to-back biggest shots, incredible shots, and the crowd erupts, and you guys end up winning the game, and the crowd rushes the court,
Yeah.
and you guys are just living in this amazing moment that you're going to remember forever, and it was just so fun to witness, and I'm thinking just this culmination of the timeline from not just your sophomore season, but when we set those goals senior season, to the work that was put in, to the injury, to not know if you're coming back, to being down, like all these emotions are going through. So we're running through this history, and you're the guy. The team as a collective made a great run, but those 2 final shots, it was you that put him over the top.
For sure.
It was pretty unbelievable. And then you ended, I called it your swan song. We lost the game in CIF
Yeah.
in the quarterfinals,
Yeah.
but you had just an incredible game.
That game was crazy.
An incredible game, and I was just, I was like, man, it sucks to lose, but what a way to go out, and you went out on such a high note. And I'm so excited about your next journey at IVC, and I can't wait to see what you do next in the basketball side of things. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
I'm excited too.
So if you found a lot of success just kind of being around us and the coaches that you had, what would you give in terms of advice to the next generation of CCP athletes that are coming in here with similar goals of performance? What advice would you give them to find the kind of same success that you guys had?
I think just going hard in the weight room, it helps out so much during, like, on the court, and seeing the guys at JUCO and being like, oh, they're at JUCO, like they're not like at a Division 1 or 2 school, you know, but they're still super strong, super athletic, super good. Like the skill gap between like our skills is like closer, but just the strength and the weight room between, you know, all the guys to me is far greater. So when you're going hard in the weight room, you're going to go hard on the court, and it's just going to, you know, it affects your entire life.
Yeah, it's habits, man. Yeah, you got to put in the work. You got to surround yourself with the right environments.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys did with your teammates. You guys did it with us in here, and then, you know, the other coaches and player and development coaches that you guys had too. So, but you stepped up, man. You grew a lot in those 3 years, and I got to be a part of it, and I just got to watch it and then see it culminate.
Yeah.
But the story continues, man.
Yeah,
the story
for sure.
continues. So thanks for coming by. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Love catching up, and we'll stay in
sure.
touch, man. We're gonna see you next
100%.
season.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we'll see you back in here one day.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm gonna be staying local, so I'm gonna be here.
That's Jaiden Sabino. Good job, brother.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for, you know, I couldn't do it without you too. Your program and helping me out, your belief in me. So it's not just all on me. So I for sure give you for sure credit for my success as well.
Hey, man,
So,
we're still Jaiden Sabino, Team Jaiden Sabino, so we're riding, brother.
Thank you, Coach.